Today at the Kowai Post, we will be talking to Dr. Sanjay Molur, the Executive Director of the Zoo Outreach Organization, which is an NGO based in Coimbatore for the last 30 years. And very interestingly, Sanjay has been into conservation of species and habitat, and there is a fish that has been named after him, and that fish is called the Pithia Sanjay Moluri. So Sanjay, what is Zoo Outreach doing in terms of pangolin conservation? And it's very interesting to know that pangolin is present in and around Coimbatore.
Pangolins are mammals that have large protective scales covering their skin and are the only known mammals with the feature. They live in hollow trees or burrows, depending on the species. Pangolins are nocturnal, and their diet consists of mainly ants and termites, which they capture using their long tongues. Pangolins are threatened by hunting and heavy deforestation of their natural habitats and are the most trafficked mammals in the world.
Yeah, Zoo Outreach is working on a lot of conservation issues, especially of small mammals and fauna and flora that are lesser known. Pangolins are one of them, and pangolin is one of the only mammals that is very different from all the other mammals because it has scales.
Okay.
And so what Zoo Outreach Organization is trying to do is understand their distribution within the country. Now we're trying to understand the distribution within Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
And how people are impacting its distribution and its status within the state. With respect to the global situation, pangolins are one of the most threatened species.
Okay.
There are 8 species of pangolins around the world. India has 2 of them, the Indian pangolin and the Chinese pangolin. The Indian pangolin is present in most of the country, and the Chinese pangolin is present in the foothills and in the Himalaya.
So talk about Coimbatore, Sanjay.
The Indian pangolin, which is present in southern India, is also what you find in Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
It's a unique species in the sense that it is not only the only one of its kind found in this region, it is also highly threatened.
Okay.
Now,
so it is on the verge of extinction.
It is on the verge of extinction. It is classified as endangered.
Okay. Okay.
The species is endangered because of the almost increasing trends of hunting of the species from within the country.
Okay.
The Chinese pangolin is almost critically endangered.
Okay. But you don't find Chinese pangolin here?
No, we don't. The reason is that because the Chinese pangolin is critically endangered, for trade as Chinese medicine, the market for other pangolins is opening up. And so it is predicted that the Indian pangolin also will go in the same way as the Chinese pangolin. And so the prediction is in the next 20 years, the Indian pangolin will reduce drastically in its population by over 50%. And that's the reason why it's being assessed or categorized as endangered.
Okay, so why are we seeing this, this animal in the verge of extinction? Are they hunted?
Yes, they're hunted. They are used specifically for medicinal purposes.
Okay, but isn't it a myth?
It is a myth. Yes, definitely.
Could you elaborate?
See, it's part of the Chinese traditional medicine.
Okay.
And so a lot of pangolin scales are used in making different medicines, in quotes, I would say.
Yeah.
For various different purposes, for various different diseases that they think the pangolin scales can cure, which we now know from scientific investigation that none of those are true. Okay. But that's how it is. It's been traditionally set, it's been historically followed, and so people are still continuing to consume them in huge numbers, and that has taken a toll on the wild population of pangolins.
Okay.
And that is one of the reasons why we believe that the Indian pangolin is also going to get threatened because of trade.
Okay.
So what we've seen in Tamil Nadu is that even though it's not hunted for export, the pangolins have had, along with the hedgehogs, have had a long history of being hunted in certain parts of Tamil Nadu for either medicinal purposes.
Could you name the places, Sanjay?
You have in various different districts along the Western Ghats.
Name them, yeah.
So you have them in Coimbatore. Is one of those districts, Nilgiris, and then you have also in southern Tamil Nadu districts of Kanyakumari and Tirunelveli, where all these districts that are adjacent to the Western Ghats Mountains. Now the pangolin in Tamil Nadu is sort of distributed from 3 to 5 kilometers from the foothills of the Western Ghats, and you don't find it in the plains of Tamil Nadu. It's just restricted there, including here outskirts of Coimbatore. You'll find them. The thing is that
are they being hunted here also?
That's what. So the thing is that not all communities, not all people across Tamil Nadu hunt them. There are certain communities. We are still doing this study, so we're doing a lot of surveys, and our data is not yet complete. Our data are indicating that there are some communities that hunt them specifically for medicine. And some of them also. Like I said, no, we're still.
You're in the process of studying.
Yes. But what we do know is some of them do hunt them for medicinal purposes, specifically, especially with what they believe.
Sanjay, when you say medicinal, could you be more precise?
What the communities believe will cure certain diseases specifically related to women or conditions. Such as menstrual conditions, or even for kids, wherein they believe that the pangolin scales have a better impact on the growth of children, on their bone structure and all that. So, although none of it is true and it's known scientifically, it's still a belief, and so based on that belief, a lot of hunting happens.
So, what kind of awareness are you giving, Sanjay?
So this is one of the biggest things that we are doing in Zoo Outreach Organization is to make people aware of a species like this. Now, I mean, what we've seen again from our surveys. Not many of us
would have seen it.
Exactly. From our surveys, we found that half the population knows about them and have hunted and killed them. Other half of the population doesn't even know of their existence.
Absolutely.
So this is sort of a two-pronged approach of telling people of the kind of diversity we have, such as this beautiful animal, and also sort of reaching out to people who hunt them to not do it. Pangolins have a very important role in the ecological system, and just like all small mammals do, they also control pests, and these are termites and ants that could be in certain instances, and so controlling their population or hunting them would impact the ecology in such a way that you will be basically increasing the pests, and especially of termites. If if termite populations increase beyond control, then that will have a direct impact on humans, especially with human infrastructure. Anything with wood, wooden constructions, especially when you go to rural India, rural Tamil Nadu, much of the construction houses are made of wood, and so if you have termites increasing in population,
that could be an issue.
So, and this is a purely biological, purely natural control agent of termites. And so killing them will upset that ecology. So we should be aware of that. And so that's one of the things that we're trying to reach out to people and tell them to be aware of and not hunt.
We've had a brief discussion on pangolin, or alagugal as it is called today. The Kovai Post will shortly bring to you a series on endangered species with the expert Sanjay Molur, for he's assessed about 10,000 species of animals and plants across South Asia.